Hello, my name is Martina Ayala and I am the Executive Director of the Mission Cultural Center for Latino Arts. On this special day, where we commemorate the Chicano Moratorium on the kickoff of the Latine Heritage Month, Mission Cultural Center for Latino Arts is proud to present Arte Día del Corazón de Patricia Rodriguez, Chicana Trailblazer, co-founder of Mujeres Muralistas, and one of the first Chicana art history professors at UC Berkeley, as well as a long-time gallery coordinator and curator at Mission Cultural Center for Latino Arts Historic Gallery. And now, her friends will introduce her and her contributions to the field of Chicano art history.
My name is Irene Perez. I am a long-time friend of Patricia. She's probably one of my longest friends I've had. I live in Oakland, California, where I was made and raised. And it was in 1970 where I met Patricia Rodriguez. We were brought together by a mutual friend and my sister, Graciela Carrillo, and my sister Maria Perez. There was maybe a few women artists, Chicana artists, and it was just, at that time it was Graciela, myself, and Patricia Rodriguez. She just walked right into the community and felt very much at home. And she was very instrumental in pretty much like protecting us women, because we were oftentimes, not considered that we were even artists, and why are we there at the Galeria de la Raza when it's just, Chicano art? And at the time, we said, well, we're artists, we're Chicanas, so yeah, we're part of this. And it didn't quite happen until we actually started doing murals. And then with Patricia, Graciela Carrillo, and Consuelo Mendez, we somehow formed the Mujeres Muralistas. So Patricia was kind of our voice for the Chicanas that were just struggling. And it wasn't until 1974 when we got together with Consuelo to actually have a collective of women muralists, with the Mujeres Muralistas, because we were not invited to do murals with the guys. And so we took care of business on our own.
My name is Ana Montano. I've known Patricia since the Balmy Alley days. It would have been, for me, 1973. She has a really long career trajectory, and it's a really long professional career that has been always very tied to the community and to the mission community, and she was very active in that, and has inspired many people. She's also one of the first women muralists, which was not as easy thing to do, because seeing women, in scaffolding and doing what might be considered more masculine kind of work was not something that was common. And it was a challenge for them in terms of also being accepted as, women who could do this kind of art. A lot of Patricia's art is actually quite spiritual, but you have to kind of slow down, take the time to view it, and not just in, one passing glance.
My name is Mia Galaviz de Gonzalez, and I met Patricia in 1971. I used to run a program across the street, right directly in front of Balmy Alley. And I had gotten a small grant because I wanted to work in the alley, changing the alley to make it a safe place for kids and families. And Patricia lived in Balmy Alley. So one day she would come into my storefront And she was telling me that she was an artist, and her and Irene and Graciela were artists. So I said, I want to start a mural project here. And at the time, murals were beginning to happen in the mission, but predominantly only by men. So we said, okay, we're going to make a change here. This is not a good thing, necessarily. So that was the beginning of their legacy, something that's just historical and so monumental. One being women who were students going to the art school, and they were having a hard time even at going to via the Art Institute, because the style of painting, a very unique and very different Mexican, quite frankly, style of painting that was not happening. They weren't following the norm, and that made so much sense because they themselves are so unique. They're bright women, they were very creative, and they themselves were exploring a new genre of painting. So that's how we began our union, and how we started to develop the sense of women in the mission being artists and being recognized. They had a struggle though. They were starting to project other images in their paintings that were much more revolutionary and having to do with women and work and children and fighting and being part of a revolutionary cause. She's a very kind soul. She's very just sweet, and I just feel honored to be able to have had this time to work with her. The body of work that's good she's presenting is for a particular period of time. So it's a different body of work that's not as reflective of her public work, but actually more intimate, more serene, and yet very poignant. There are a number of pieces that are just kind of spiritual, so to speak.
My name is Frances Valesco, and I've known Patricia since 1974. We met doing a mural in a housing project that is now torn down it used to be called Army Street, now it's Cesar Chavez. So I had only done one other mural before that, and then I came over there. Nobody told me what to wear, so I was wearing flip-flops and some funky clothes, and Patricia took one look at me and she said, "Do you know how to paint?" And it was like, what do you mean, do I know how to paint? I have a master's degree, that kind of thing. Anyway, she said, well, we have to move scaffolding. So I got up on the scaffolding 3 stories up, and with my flip-flops, and then she said, okay, now we're gonna have to move some of the planks. And so this is, mind you, no safety equipment at all. We were moving planks from the 3rd floor to the 2nd floor. And then she gave me the drawing of the mural. It was called Cool Blue, was the name of the mural. And she said, just paint this section. So we became friends instantly at that point. She was really one of my best friends, is still one of my best friends. We used to laugh a lot. We did a lot of partying together, especially when she lived on Balmy Alley. One of the things, if I was feeling, going through a struggle or something like that, she'd just come on over, we'll have some tamales, or we'll make art. So always a generous person too. She's an OG, she's this historic character that she started the Mujeres Muralistas. They had done most of their work, before she got hired for the CETA program. So I was really honored to be with her. She has not been honored enough, I think, and to have this one-person show, I think is really important for people to see. For instance, she was one of the first people to do the boxes, the nichos, so she kind of forged ahead for women, at a time when she was at UC Berkeley. So she's been a trailblazer, and she really deserves the recognition and respect of this show.